my aunt asking my 13-year-old, who might have been 12, I don't even think he was 13 yet, in front of my little daughter as well, who would have been maybe like 9-ish, 8, I don't know. First time meeting them, by the way. Well, she met my son when he was really little, but she didn't know him. She didn't know my kids. She had never met my little daughter before. She'd only met my eldest daughter, asking if he thought his opinion on whether or not my grandfather did, quote unquote, something to me, meaning did he molest me? And when my son was smart enough to say to her, well, what do you think? She's like, well, yeah, I think something happened. She had no way of knowing whether or not that was ever a conversation in my household, and thought nothing of putting information out there that would be very traumatic for my children. And I'm pretty sure my youngest didn't have a concept of that. She was my favorite aunt. And I'm just really wrapping my head around this in a totally different way. She is as bad, as evil, as lethal as the whole rest of them. The fact that she wouldn't, like, that she would even go there. Ask my oldest daughter, who was a young adult at that point, who she had a relationship with, who she knew. Okay, you could have that conversation over there. But my son, who you don't know, who's an actual child in front of an even smaller child who you've never met before at a family event, at my mother's son, my brother's event for his son who I never met before, you're going to pull that? I'm not sure what she was trying to accomplish, but whatever it was, I'm sure it didn't go in the direction she hoped for, because it actually outed her as knowing that something did happen. And it has further outed her that she knew all along and didn't even give a toss about, calling me, directing it to the source. No, she didn't care that she was possibly traumatizing 2 more children. That is why a narcissistic family is so lethal. That's why it's such a system and a cult. These are the things that go on. And this is why when we go no contact with the main abusers, we end up losing everyone, because we never had them in the first place, 1. And 2, they were raised in that toxicity for such a long time. And because, especially if they weren't the scapegoats, they don't have an actual reason in their day-to-day life to go away from the family. And the pressure to hold up the facade is just too great for them. They are the weakest people on the earth.